When I left my hometown, I got hit with the harsh reality that I wasn't as confident as I thought I was. My entire life, I'd grown up in the same hometown with the same group of friends, and I grew very comfortable with that. All we would do is smoke weed, talk shit, and occasionally do some fun activities like cliff jumping or paintball. We rarely hung out with girls, and all we would do is really just hang out with each other. And all I would do besides that is work and hang out with my family. So I didn't really do much besides hang out with the guys that I grew up with my entire life. Think I was too cool and confident when I was with them because of the whole tribe mentality, having my friends to back me up. But I never really had to go into any social situations on my own. But this all changed when I had to move to Florida. I remember the exact day I got the call from my dad, and it came out of nowhere. The details on why we had to move wasn't too important, but all I knew is I had to leave New York and go to Florida where I knew no one. So all these concerns and fears started to come to mind, like how was I gonna make friends? What was I gonna do? All my friends were in New York. I didn't wanna leave. So many things came to mind, and a lot of them didn't go too well, honestly. I remember going down there, and even just going to the gym the first time gave me anxiety, being in this new city, in this new place so far away from my hometown. And over time, there would be girls I'd want to talk to, guys I might want to be friends with, or gym partners, hit a lift with, but I would never talk to anyone. I never pushed myself to be social. And over time, the fear of becoming social and talking to people just grew and grew, and my situation just got worse and worse. And I found myself in a situation where I either had to adapt or die. I'm gonna give you the 3 things that I did that allowed me to build my confidence in this video. So now let's fast forward to where I'm at currently. Over the last 3 years, I have been traveling from different locations, going to Florida, New York, Sweden, moving to new cities commonly, exploring new cities that are neighboring cities, just going out and hanging out places all by myself. I've done this all alone. So especially in Sweden, for example, I went to my mom's hometown where she grew up and spent some time there with family when I was just turned 20, so right after 19. And I went into this city knowing absolutely nobody, all by myself in a foreign country, and I ended up making friends with everyone in that town to the point where it got boring and I had to go to the next neighboring city, which was an hour north by train, and it's a university city, so there's so many more young people there. And I ended up going there this past year that I was there, and just having such a good time, going out, meeting people all by myself the entire time. There was only one time I brought a friend with me to this city from that hometown that my mom is from. Besides that, I went out every single weekend by myself, took the train up there, got a hotel, and just met so many great people. And this has led me to have so many amazing experiences with girls, with making friends, and just having fun nights overall. So none of this would have been possible if I didn't do those 3 things that I'm gonna teach you in this video to develop my confidence. So let's dive right into them. The first one is gonna be, I got a list for you here, discipline. So what are you gonna use discipline to do, right? Because you can use discipline to build a business, you can use discipline to build a physique, but what I want you to do is use discipline to build self-trust. Say you're gonna do something and do it. For example, you can challenge yourself socially to go out and talk to someone today. And that's gonna build self-trust in your word. It's pushing yourself. And if you don't have that level of self-trust yet, you need to start with something smaller, like going to the gym consistently, sticking to a diet, saying that you're gonna do some fasting for 20 hours and actually doing it. And then when you're gonna start realizing, oh shit, I can actually trust myself because the things I say I'm gonna do, I actually follow through and do them. So that is one of the core's fundamental things that I did 3 years ago was I started doing disciplined acts on a consistent daily basis, reading, meditating, journaling, pushing myself socially. So all these things were the fundamentals. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have a baseline level of discipline to actually know that when I say I'm gonna do something, I will follow through. And also just making that mindset switch of like building trust in my word was one of the things I was really trying to accomplish. So you're gonna use discipline to build trust in your word. That's the first thing you need to do. The next thing is gonna be expanding your comfort zone. So once you built that trust in your word and now you're disciplined, now when you say that you're gonna go do something, you have to do it. So for example, now I want you to go and say you're gonna go to a bar or a nightclub, and go out and talk to girls. And now you have to do it. Even if you just show up and you talk to one or two girls, you still won, you still accomplished that. And this is gonna build your self-trust in yourself over time, expanding your comfort zone. And who knows, you might just have the best night ever. Because this is what happened to me so many times, time and time again. There's times when I've been nervous to go out, and then I ended up having the best night, meeting some girl, having an awesome time. And it was all because I expanded my comfort zone and pushed myself to do things that I was once not comfortable with. And now they're just something that I do naturally. Like when I go to the club, I talk to every single hot girl because that's what I love to do. But it wasn't always like that. I first had to expand my comfort zone, build that self-trust in myself, and get myself to that point. So you got to think of things that cause discomfort. If I were to say to you right now, go out and go to a bar and talk to 3 girls that you genuinely find attractive, what are the first thoughts that come to your mind? Is it, oh no, and by yourself, by the way, if I didn't already say that, you have to do this by yourself. What are you thinking now? Are you thinking, oh shit, how am I gonna do this? What am I gonna say? Are all these self-limiting beliefs coming up? Or you're just like, oh, well, that's a normal Friday, man. If no one's hanging out and I wanna go meet girls, and I go out by myself. Because that's the mentality I've had. If no one's wanted to do something with me, I'll do it myself. And that's what's led me to have all this success that I have now. So you gotta realize what comes to mind when these challenges arise. Is it self-limiting fears and doubts, or are you just excited for the challenge and you ready to take it on? So if you're ready to take on any challenge, then you're in a pretty good situation, and all you got to do now is just start going out and doing those things. And if not, you got to act with courage and do the things either way, and this is going to allow you to become that person. And this also takes us to the last and third final thing that you need to do, which is self-development. It's going to be a lot easier for you to do these things if you're reading, meditating, and journaling. Specifically gratitude journaling and doing some reflective journaling as well. Those 3 things are the core that I started with 3 years ago, that I also used as those disciplined acts to build that level of discipline and self-trust with myself outside of the social realm. And those were the things that also helped me out when I was being social, because, for example, let's take meditation. When you meditate, you develop the skill of awareness, so you're gonna be more in control over your anxiety. One of the things that meditation did for me was it greatly reduced my level of anxiety to the point where I was super comfortable just being myself, living in my own skin. So if you meditate, this is gonna make this whole process easier for you as well. So it's not only gonna build that skill of discipline and build your level of self-trust, but now you're gonna use meditation to reduce anxiety, to reduce those negative thoughts, to just be present and in the moment. And when you can be present in the moment and go and talk to a girl you find attractive, this is when everything is just gonna start flowing for you. But using meditation as developing the skill of awareness is extremely powerful. So I'd highly recommend that. And why is reading important? Well, reading is gonna teach you so many new things. You're gonna gain someone's entire life's knowledge on a subject in just a few hundred pages that now you can use and implement for yourself to experiment with. So if you're reading books on confidence or like the subtle art of not giving a fuck, this is gonna be something that you can take with you and apply when you're doing these social challenges, these ideologies and beliefs. You can apply them for yourself and see if they work. And if you like them, then you can adapt them yourself. And there's just gonna be so much knowledge that you gain from books, so many things that will help you out along in this journey. And I'd highly recommend you include it as one of your disciplined acts to build self-trust, even if it's just reading 10 pages a day. And lastly, why is journaling important? Well, why I say gratitude journaling, writing 3 to 5 things you're grateful for, is because gratitude is one of the highest frequency vibrations and frequencies that you can emit, putting yourself in the highest possible state. All the bad vibration, energies are gonna be down here. The highest energy is up here, and gratitude puts you in that state. So saying 3 to 5 things you're grateful for every single day, writing them out in a journal, making them very purposeful and meaningful, is gonna actually really help you just become a higher frequency person, and it's just gonna emit in every single aspect of your life. So practicing gratitude is something you should 100% be doing. And then reflective journaling will allow you to assess all this progress you're making and make it even quicker. It's gonna allow you to analyze and iterate and just become so much better. If you're like, oh, well, I went out last night and when I was there, I felt this, that, and the other thing, but I actually pushed through and I still talked to those girls and I had a great night. Wow, maybe this kid on YouTube is right. And if I just show courage, I can have all the things I want out of life. So reflective journaling will allow you just to process and analyze all the things you're doing in your life so much quicker. And that wraps up the video. I mean, this was super valuable because if I knew these things from the start, I would have made progress exponentially quicker. I had to figure these things out the hard way, and it's not even until 3 years later that I can honestly piece them all out and tell you exactly what each one of these things did and how it helped me, and you have all this information now. So if you found any of this valuable, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. On this channel, I'm gonna be teaching you how to life max and get better in every single aspect of your life so you can be the best possible version of yourself. And if you need help with anything, I offer a free one-on-one coaching call where we can dive into dating, mindset, discipline, confidence, making money online, whatever it is that you need help with. I can help you on that free one-on-one coaching call, and that's with me. So if that's of interest, go ahead and book that down below, and I'll see you on there. Everyone else, have a great day, and I hope this video provided you with a bunch of value.